Morning. So it's Monday morning. Normal jobs, put the bins out, sorted out the dogs, had breakfast, all that sort of stuff. Just got to pick some orders. Well, I've just about picked all the orders now. That Kirsten's got a package and I've got to work out what I'm going to do today. It is a miserable day, so I won't be out in the garden. So yeah, I'll go into my stock of things that we picked up throughout the year to list. Particularly today, I think what I'm going to do is I've got a load of Scrabble sets, so I need to sort through those, make some good full complete sets and then put them onto eBay. So they're up in my loft area in the garage. It's just another one of the little things that we do just to sort of like make a living basically. So we pick up these Scrabble sets. A Monopoly and I do Subbuteo as well. Anything we can get throughout the year. Pick these up for say 50p, a pound. Some of them aren't complete, but if you've got enough of them you can make some good complete sets and either sell off individual bits and pieces like some of the tiles or some of the Monopoly pieces. They go very well. And make a profit from them. If you get the vintage ones, this sort of style, although that one, ooh, that's sticking, so that's not so good. Yeah, these can be worth a bit of money because people want the old box. It's familiar, it's nostalgic, and they can sell for sort of 12-15 pounds each. So if you pick them up for 50p, it's worth doing. So the rest of this loft area is pretty empty at the moment. It was all full. All of this area was totally full with Kirsten's Christmas stuff. But she's now listing that. And there's the usual suitcases. My fishing stuff, which I've been fishing a couple of times this year and I enjoyed it, but I've got so many other things to do and yeah, I don't know whether that's after, well, it has been put on the back burner. Whether it ever comes off the back burner, I don't know. We'll see. And then other bits and pieces. There's some tiles, some spare tiles for the bathroom and some tools that I hardly ever use. A car boot bench down there. Just, oh, and a load of photo albums, which God knows when we'll ever get those out. It's one of those things that you just don't want to throw away, but I don't know. What's the point of keeping them? Not going to look at them probably for a long time. Anyway, it is what it is.
Annual Majors is an annual, and the conventional wisdom is if you sow it in September, you get a small plant, you then overwinter it with some kind of protection, plant it out after the last frost in spring, and then it will flower in June for about...
Morning, boys. Hello. Did you miss me? Did you? Right, Jen. You all right, darling? Hey. So I've cut an area here because it was always awkward getting to this part of the sort of compost area. This was sort of getting a bit straggly, and then there was a couple of low branches from the walnut tree. I'm going to leave this branch as it is, one of the main branches, but I am going to trim back quite a bit of that. That's going over this and over this part of the border. So a lot of that is going to go. I have already done this branch. Hang on. This one here went all the way over the privet hedge and into the privet hedge and was damaging that. So that's gone now. And then I'm going to trim back this shrub here so that it's not as dominant in the at the back of that border. And then last night I cut back a fair bit of the very low branches of the horse chestnut on this side. So you can see the stumps there where I cut back. So these were going all the way across here, shading the lawn a bit too much. And it was a problem even doing the cutting the grass. The branches were getting in the way. So those have been done. I want to cut that one back. I did do something with that last year, but I want to cut that back to the main trunk. And I want to get some of these lower ones out of the way to let a little bit more light in. And also just for the good of the tree, there's a bit of dead on there as well. And the big one is that big, long, horizontal branch, which is going back to there. So I'll work on that as well. And then I potentially will get up on the scaffold and do a little bit on the oak tree as well.
Benji, no digging. You're not doing any digging, are you, Jen? Benji, no digging. Oi, you can put that down if you had a wee. Shall we show what you've done? Ah. There's nothing down there. We've checked 100 times. Should we go and clean your paws again?
So it's about 3 hours later. Haven't managed to get anything done on the horse chestnut or the oak today, but I have been busy with the walnut tree and everything around it. Still very windy, so apologies if there's any interference. But yeah, we have done quite a bit. That's from that rose, and this is from the walnut and this shrub here. They look a bit hacked, but we've really reshaped the walnut now. It's not, okay, it's so windy. It's not getting into the privet hedge, so there's a clear gap up there. I've cut back some of that, but that needs just tidying up. But we did take off more than we thought. We took off this main branch here because it was just, it looked odd. I'd taken off quite a bit from one side, so it needed to be taken off the other side as well. So yeah, looks a bit hacked at the moment, but that should grow back a lot better and give us some good views of the sunset as well each night from the house. But the job is not even half done, because getting rid of this, shredded down and some of it burnt, some of it we'll use as logs cut down to edge this area a bit more. That is a hell of a lot of work still to do over the next few days. And as I say, and that's before we even start on the horse chestnut, which we're going to do a similar thing to.
When I had my elderberry tree in London, I would make this up myself. So I'm doing everything I can think of, and it's not shifting it. So I don't know what else to try.
come in. Come on in. Come on, Jen. No? Stand off. She's not coming. Right. So yesterday I cleared all the piles of branches, cut down what needed to be cut down, shredded quite a bit, and the bigger logs we've now built up the barrier to sort of section off the woodland planting section. So I like that. Happy with how we've used the spare logs. And then on top of the soil, we bought some topsoil to put around here, because this was all sort of like, we let that grow long grass around here last year and I wasn't that happy with it. So we put topsoil down, well, we put some cardboard down first and then some topsoil, and then we used some of the leaf mould either side, and then this was just the shreddings from the remains of the branches that I cut off and collecting leaves at the same time. So I'm hoping that that will be kept in by the sort of fence around it, and that'll rot into the soil. A sort of naturalistic way of rotting stuff down and building up the soil levels. But yeah, looks pretty good. So the horse chestnut is just about finished. I just want to take off that stump going out slightly over the fence, so I'll do that now, and then that is totally finished for this year. And then the next thing to do is to start on the oak. Can't do an awful lot on the oak because it's a bit too big, but there are branches that, this is all like rotten here. I'll probably take that whole branch off to the main stump. It's going a bit low, it's casting too much shade. Maybe a similar one with here, this one. And there's a lot of dead which I can just about reach on my scaffold, so we'll get some of those dead branches out and just tidy this all up a bit. Maybe go into the field as well and do a little bit on this branch here. You've joined me. Hello. You okay, Jen? You all right? Yeah, good girl. Yeah, she's not being so friendly today. Or she's a bit camera shy. Right, so that's all finished. There's my next job. Get rid of all that. So I've took off any dead and one or two of the bigger branches that were coming down far too close to the ground. It's opened it up a bit. As I say, it's got rid of a lot of dead, particularly on the other side that hadn't been done. I hadn't really done anything with it in our first year, and I don't think it's been done for a few years. Next year I'll probably take some of those big lower branches off, but I don't want to go too heavy this year. So as I say, that branch may well come off next year, we shall see, and possibly that lower one there as well. But that's quite a big job, and I've gone quite heavy with the horse chestnut and the walnut, and this one a bit lighter, but this one is the one to work on next year a lot more. Right, I'll wind it up now for the week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everybody who's subscribed recently, and all the people that always comment. I massively appreciate it, and like all that sort of stuff. And thanks to anybody who's treated the dogs on their Amazon wish list. We appreciate that as well. So I shall try and get a vlog out next week. Hopefully we're trying to do these on Monday mornings, but as I say, don't hold me to it. It's not an exact science. Okay, thanks guys, see you soon.
They're doing very innovative things. They're excited, and then they can't share. That's like me coming up to a cool story and tight-lipped with my wife. That would be brutal. Brutal. Wow, never thought of that. So that sort of permeates all through town to some degree. There's sort of this...